Hello friends, in the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss a very important issue on the concept that if the assessment of the assessee is to be completed under section 153C, whether in that case the assessment of the assessee can be done under section 147. This issue has been taken by Chandigarh ITAT B bench in the case of Subhash Chandra Gupta versus income tax officer and another, and this case is reported in 124 ITR tribunal at page number 247, and the date of the judgment is 7th April 2025. In the present case, the assessment year is 11-12. There was a search on D group, there was search on KE Trust, and in the premises of the chairman of KE Trust, SB. The name of the chairman was SB. When the search was made, then there was a paper found in the handwriting of the accountant of SB, and from the facts of the case it was very apparent that already there was some FIR by the chairman SB against the employee. On the basis of that loose paper, the assessing officer alleged on the assessee that the SB has paid huge amount of cash to the assessee, and on that basis the learned assessing officer made addition in the hands of the assessee. The sole basis was that loose paper, and that loose paper was not in the handwriting of the assessee. That loose paper was not found in the search of the assessee. That loose paper was not found at the premises of the assessee, and that loose paper was in the handwriting of the person whose statement was not taken by the revenue. But this addition was confirmed by the CIT appeal. When this matter was before the tribunal, the assessee pleaded that section 153C has a non-obstantive clause which says that notwithstanding anything contained under section 139 and 147, meaning thereby that section 147 have no bearing if the action is to be taken under section 153C, and the section 153C broadly covers those cases where a search is made on any person, and in that search if any incriminating material is found related to some other assessee. So the assessee case was falling in that category because some documents related to the assessee was found in the search of SB. So the tribunal said that in the present case the learned assessing officer has grossly failed to follow the due procedure, because the due procedure was that the AO of the searched assessee should have recorded satisfaction, and those documents should be handed over to the assessing officer of the assessee, and then the assessment should have been completed under section 153C. The tribunal further said that in the present case the loose sheets were not in the handwriting of the assessee and were not found at the assessee's place, and the assessee could not be charged on the basis of the handwriting of others. Apart from that, the tribunal said that in the present case, when the notice under section 148 was issued to the assessee has given a letter that my original return is to be treated under section 148. So the assessing officer has completed the assessment under section 147 without issuing the notice under section 143 subsection 2, and it is a trite law that the assessing officer gets the jurisdiction to do the assessment only after the issue of notice under section 143 subsection 2 once the assessee has filed the return. Since the assessee has given the letter that his original return is to be treated as 148 return, so it was obligatory on the part of the learned assessing officer to issue the notice under section 143 subsection 2. Apart from that, when the tribunal quashed the assessment proceedings, so the penalty imposed on the assessee under section 271D also do not deserve to be there for two grounds: because the quantum additions have been deleted, and the second is that because in the present case the alleged amount of cash paid to the assessee do not come into the definition of the loan or deposit Hence, the penalty under section 271D is also not justified. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Subhash Chandra Gupta versus Income Tax Officer and another. And this case is reported in 124 ITR Tribunal at page number 247. The date of the judgment is 7th April 2025. Thank you, friends.